Hello everyone and welcome. I've got a little bit, and there's Dragon as I split here. A little bit of a different layout here. Let us see. I'm going to bring in an animal spirit messenger. And what I heard when I was preparing for this reading is monkey see, monkey do. And I feel like we are really being encouraged to be authentic rather than just following the crowd, in everything that we do. Oh, interesting, because I did something different here on my video than what I typically do or that I've seen anyone else do. Anyway, they tell me it is important for me to see due to the codes that flow through my body and particularly through my eyes. So it is really important for me to be seen on screen as well. So I guess that's why. All right, let's see what we have. We have a lamb. Okay. The Lamb of God. Again, and on the bottom of the deck, we've got the lion. Okay, well, that is very, very interesting. The lamb and the lion. The message that I'm receiving with this is, the lamb is nice and gentle, and the lion is more strength to stand on their own. So to portray both of these characters, right? Like it's almost like the feminine and the masculine aspect is what I am receiving with this. And it's interesting because I've been receiving masculine and feminine aspects, and because of the balance that we are going through within our own life right now, I feel like we are really balancing out a lot of energies, right? Seeing them for what they are in truth. So let's see what else we have here. Protection. Call back your power. This is fascinating because I talked about this in my last reading that I did, the portal reading. I'll link it at the end of the video here if I think about it. Parts of ourselves that are coming back up in order for us to hold the wisdom of that, to accept that experience and know that we have experienced that without having the guilt and shame that is associated with it. Okay? That's what I'm feeling with this. Cutting the cords is about, cutting that attachment to the event associated with it. Okay? Let me get one more from this. Okay, thank you, Spirit. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Well, I mean, come on. Can't get any more perfect than that for what I just got done saying. Cutting the cords to that aspect and calling that aspect back home to yourself, that wisdom to yourself in the realization that everything is an experience. It is only good and bad in the eyes of humanity of what we have attached to those particular words. When you let go of this gateway that is opening here, you are going to move into a completely new level of something. It feels like you are on the cusp, on the verge, I hear. And it really has a lot to do with the fear of being unique and authentic within yourself, which is really what I feel this lamb and this lion is talking about here too, that it's okay to be both things. You don't have to portray only one thing. You are only required to be authentic within yourself of who you are now, because we all change as we grow and as we experience things, and we change in our values and in our viewpoints because of what we have experienced. What has changed within you, or what is calling out to you to be expressed? Okay, feels like you've been holding on to something that has been holding you back from being able to put something out that is unique, with me hearing monkey see, monkey do. Okay? That there is a deep fear of moving into something that is not as known, okay, or expected. They're saying to call in the unexpected. You know, like me when I started doing light language, or when I started reading cards and it was totally against who I was in my character, and I was judged very, very harshly for that. And it really sent me on a spiral for a while in a lot of ways, but I still held on to that because I knew somewhere deep within that that was my truth. That is my truth. That is who I am. And I had to express that in order for me to be happy, that there was something seated within me that was seeking that needed to know that had to follow that path. And I feel like this is something within you that is calling you as well. Okay. Anunnaki light codes. Interesting, because I just said about the light codes as well. Energetic shift, new information at end of a cycle. Wonderful. My reading I did yesterday was a whole bunch of tens, which is all about endings and beginnings. New information and end of a cycle. And the new information is because you are calling that back and letting go of the judgment of the experience. Okay? My nose is itching. The old saying comes to mind, "Can you kiss a fool?" The fool reminds me of a new journey, the beginnings of something. Okay, Spirit, one more, please. From this deck. Last time. Thank you. Apparently we got a lot more than one. Akashic Records. Clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom, right there. Just like I said, you guys, it really feels like that. That there's a story you have been told about who you are that does not resonate with you, that it does not suit you, it does not fit you, it doesn't fit your personality, it doesn't fit what you love to do, your desires. Okay? It doesn't even fit your friendship circle. Okay? All right. Ancestral realm. Karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries. And right there again, that karmic release, right? Cutting those cords. Let's shift this just a little bit. And then we have stellar gateway activation, infinite potential, manifestation vortex. Like I said, we are in such a powerful time of manifestation right now, with these portals that are opening up for us. And this is the perfect time for you to call back your power, to cut those cords, to call back who you are uniquely, the wisdom from all that you have experienced throughout many, many lifetimes here. Let's see what Lemuria has to say. Spirit is also wants to give you congratulations for all that you have experienced and all that you have weathered, they said. The weathering of the storm. All that you have been through, and yet you are still standing. You know, you might be a little bit tattered, but you're still standing. And they really want to let you know how proud they are of you for that. Okay? So let's see what Lemuria has to say to us. Communication and co-creation. Okay, so, you know, perhaps you're someone that likes to really be on their own and you've been on your own for a long time. You don't really trust anybody else to do what they need to do. You're being asked to co-create something, some kind of a product or something here. You're being asked to team up with somebody. Okay? And this is a 3, 21. Luminescence. Now the heart. Opening of the heart. And this is heart chakra here too. You see this? This is opening up to the possibility of things not turning out in the way that you expect. You've had what you consider to be failures in relationships, in partnerships, in things like that, and you're very afraid to open yourself back up to that energy again for the fear of the pain that it might cause. But if you're not willing to open yourself up to the pain, you're not willing to open yourself up to the joy either. So it's a double-sided coin. And that's what Spirit is talking about here with this. Heart energy. Endless opportunities. There you go. I mean, look at all the butterflies, the opportunities you have for transformation, to be able to move into something. And a butterfly is brand new, right? They're seeing everything with new perspective, new eyes, because they've only been a caterpillar in a very limited amount of space. And suddenly they become a butterfly, and suddenly they're up above everything. Okay? Well, not everything. There's still things that are above them as well. But they've got a completely new perspective, a new vantage point of what they can see. And then the infinite. I want to make sure you can see all these cards. Okay, and then I want to pull a couple from, because I love this golden. Okay, Spirit is telling me I'm being told to always trust what I'm being told in the moment, and Spirit is telling me to pull another animal card for where you are going and what you are becoming, they said. What you are becoming. What are they becoming? Oh my God, tarantula. You guys, I have to tell you, a lot of you might be afraid of the tarantula. You might be like, what? I don't want the tarantula. But I want to tell you, I had the spider come to me as source energy, the divine, as God energy, the web weaver. They said that I was a web weaver and that I was able to create. This is creator energy here. So you are moving, you know, from that, you know, state of balancing yourself now, the masculine and the feminine. You're able now to be able to create, because it takes both sides. It takes the idea, the gestation, and the action to put it out there. Okay, so you are now moving into that creator. I love it. How beautiful is that? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, now we will get... Oh my goodness, their cards are falling all over the place here. All right. This is the one that was on the floor. This was on my lap. The 12 chakras. Follow your ascension path. Yeah, you're really being encouraged to really, you know, trust in the energy that is around you, you know, allowing yourself to call back with the experiences that you've had as well. Okay? You've got an opening here. You've got an opening here that you're going to be moving through. You've put in the work. You've put in the work. And then we have music. Okay, music may be a big part of your life. Okay, tones, sounds, right? A way for you possibly to receive. Was it in here that they give me? Oh my God, I did another couple of readings. Was it in here that they give me the frequency? Maybe it was my last reading. They give me the frequency of creation. They said that was my last reading, 963, the God frequency. And they give me that tone, that frequency to use. So I'm being called into that energy with this music. And the 8 as abundance, infinity. Okay. The 9 here with the 2 and the 7. And I am reminded of the 9 of the self. And your ascension path is your journey. Nobody else can get you there. Nobody else can pull you there. Nobody else can push you there. You have to do the work in order to be there, to go there. Okay? To enter that void. Nobody else can do that for you. You must do it for yourself. Okay? All right. Beautiful souls, that is what I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all your wonderful comments, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. And until next time, please remember to always let love be your guide.